Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. Now, if you are watching this, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video, let people know we're consistent here, 3 years. And we were meant to record the pod on Sunday, but it was the Afcon final. So we had a decision to make, and we did make the decision. We have to show some respect to Afcon.
I was going to say, we respect all competitions.
Exactly. Last time there was Afcon, we spoke about it pretty regularly.
Yeah.
This time around, with the way our pods have been filmed, it's almost like there's too much of a gap between the last round of Afcon games to go back to it. But we have been following it, both of us. Obviously, Uganda were in the tournament.
Unfortunately, knocked out too early.
What was the guy's name? Mr. Penalty?
Oh, it was like Mato.
Yeah.
He's
So they had the opportunity. But look, ultimately, I think we made the right call, because what happened in the Afcon final was madness.
Historic.
It was crazy. Historic, all of that. So, and that's why the pod is coming to you today. And we're going to actually start off, because obviously if we've sacrificed a pod to watch Afcon, then it's only right we start this pod by talking about it. Now, just quickly, for those of you that don't know, if you're living under a rock or whatever,
you somehow found this podcast but don't know what happened in the Afcon
final. But you never know, people. Some people might be out there, don't know.
Context helps.
Basically, Senegal scored right at the end of normal time. It got disallowed for a foul.
Hakimi.
Yeah, and the ref had actually blown his whistle before the ball went in, so they couldn't even go to VAR, which is a bit sketchy. Also, the tournament is in Morocco. Yeah, and it's Morocco-Senegal in the final. So the Senegal's goal gets disallowed. Morocco go up the other end. They get a foul from a corner that's very soft, shouldn't have been given. And the Senegal players walk off the pitch because they're just think it's a disgrace.
Yeah,
how Afcon can be decided like this. And the Senegal manager, Pape Thiaw, gets his team to come off the pitch. He kind of orchestrates that for like 15 minutes. Me and Michael are watching it like, what is going on? To the point where I think the commentators and the consensus was that Morocco were going to forfeit. Senegal were going to forfeit the final. I don't even know if they were going to make Morocco take the penalty, but Senegal were going to forfeit and Morocco were going to be Afcon champions. Sadio Mane steps up. He brings them all back out. He tells them, look, guys,
Captain, the legend.
We have to do this. This is
one way or the other.
Like what football is.
Yeah.
We have to respect African football and all of that. Brings them all back out. And Brahim Diaz steps up to take the pen. And if you haven't seen the pen, that is one thing you need to go and watch. 100%. Or just the highlights of this game in general.
100%.
Because Brahim Diaz just chips it straight into Edouard Mendy's hand. I still kind of think Mendy doesn't dive, because at that point, the Senegal players don't really give a fuck. So
everyone's thinking that this is a farce. We're doing this just so it can be like, so it can end. Over.
Yeah,
it's over and done with.
Like I think Mendy's has just gone. Yeah. So if Brahim Diaz put it in a corner, it didn't look like Mendy was really going to dive.
And I think diving was also part of Mendy's protest.
I agreed.
You know,
so Brahim Diaz misses it. He's basically in tears before extra time is about to start. And then Senegal gets a winner in extra time, a great finish. And they win the game 1-0, and obviously then there's all the fallout afterwards about whether it was right or not. But Afcon,
I just want to say on the final, like, it's been 2 days now, but I still just can't really compute what I've seen. I still don't think I'll ever see anything like that again. We've been watching football for a long time. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff. We say this all the time. I've never seen anything like it, but legit to see 10 players, because Mane was the only one that stayed on the pitch, so that they don't get like automatic forfeit, because if everyone leaves the pitch, then, you know, so to have 10 players walk off, and not walk off in the pitch and stand like holding hands at the edge of the pitch in some sort of protest, in the dressing room, in the tunnel, like, we don't care.
Per the manager's instruction,
we don't care. We're done. We like all of this. Two things I'll say on that. One, I genuinely think that the reaction was so large. And I said this to you all the time. I think the reaction was so large because the two decisions were right after each other. Like, the disallowed goal for Senegal and the penalty given to Morocco were a minute apart. Like, if it was several minutes later, as I said, if the disallowed goal for Senegal had come in the 60th minute, but the penalty had come in the 90th minute, I don't think the Senegalese would have walked off the pitch.
Yeah.
Because it still would have been everything we're talking about, disgrace, potential corruption and all these conspiracies, all of that would have applied. But I don't know, there would have been 30 minutes of football where you can tell Senegal, look, that happens, and
Yeah.
go and find another goal and all of this kind of stuff. It's just the fact that you've denied us winning the game and so clearly handed them the final, the 3 points, the cup trophy, all of that kind of stuff, that I think was like, that was the spark that lit the match, that set this whole thing alight.
And the decision to give Morocco that penalty, like I said there before, it's not a penalty.
It's not a penalty, but it's gone to VAR, and the other one's not gone to VAR. As you say, the ref's blowing the whistle, so it can't go to VAR. But
that's always a stitch up. When you have two decisions like that, and one of them goes, you send the ref to check
have a look,
and the other one,
no.
you don't. Like, to me, that's always a stitch up.
It's still like, I can't say this enough. Like, seeing it real time was still one of the most like not ridiculous, because that's maybe not the right word, but just like unprecedented things I've ever seen on a football pitch. And up until, you were saying it to me, but up until Mendy and Brahim Diaz put the ball down, I didn't really think there was a possibility that Diaz was going to miss the penalty, or that Morocco were going to miss the penalty. I thought it was a foregone formality. I thought Senegal are being trotted back out here to like have some sort of public execution. Because, and I don't care what people say, how you win a tournament or how you win these trophies, it doesn't really matter. It's just that you've won. So guys are saying that Senegal are unprofessional, the X, Y, and Z. I hear that. That's all true. But if the penalty had been taken and Senegal hadn't come off the pitch and Morocco had just won it, 2-3 days from now, 3 weeks from now, definitely 5-10 years from now, it's just, Morocco won the Afcon at home. No one says anything about the context. No one says anything about how it happened. It's just Morocco.
On the, like, when you look at the winners,
Afcon winners.
It's just Morocco.
The same
2026.
Same way in a couple years' time. We will remember we were there. We saw this kind of stuff. But when you speak about Mane, we speak about some of these Senegalese players, we'll say, 2-time Afcon winner. We're not going to say like, do you know, if you really want to get into the weeds, same way whoever won the Premier League 30 years ago, no one really cares how they did it. It's just that they've done it and that's the name on the trophy. No one's going to go into the context of, was such and such robbed? Was that red card really a red card? Was that all of these little mini decisions that go into people winning the trophies? They don't get talked about in 5, 10, 30 years time from now. So 100% Senegalese, their whole thing was like, we're just about to be rubbed out and erased. Like, but I hear you. So,
but that's why, like, someone like Mane, and I was saying this at the time, someone who's been there, done that before, he's won major trophies, and obviously Mane's probably also looking at it from a point of view of like, look, we had our time. And Egypt let us do whatever we need. Obviously, that went to a penalty shootout or whatever.
And there was controversy there, to be fair.
And you know how players have that sort of camaraderie with other, even if they're from another nation or whatever. I feel like Mane's like, look, Hakimi, Brahim Diaz, these guys, they probably waited their whole lives for this moment. It's a bit dark if we just take it away from them, regardless of how what we think about the ref. But also, that's one point of it. But also, I'm sure Mane's thinking, well, it ain't over.
Yeah. There's still a penalty to be taken.
Like they haven't just won it. And those Senegal players and the Senegal manager, it looked like we're ready to just give it up.
No, I truly didn't think there was I didn't think there was a way in which Morocco could miss the penalty. I don't think you miss penalties at home to win it for your nation. And I say that to be fair, England's done that in the Euros. But I don't think I just don't think that happens. Just step up, bury the penalty, put your foot through it. Elation, you know. So, and the only other thing on this as well is, I really can't understand the POV of guys saying that he missed on purpose.
That's ridiculous.
I really can't understand that. And I can get down with a lot of conspiracy theories. But the fact that he's missed that on purpose, he's deliberately panenked it into, Edouard Mendy's hands. I just feel like, it's beyond ludicrous to me. It's beyond crazy. It's beyond, even if Senegal was awarded a penalty, the Senegalese wouldn't have done that. They would have scored the penalty, gone home as winners.
Also, if he's going to miss, you just put it wide.
5-yard tap in, stand on the center spot and applaud and start telling everybody fair play and stuff. Make sure that you get a round of applause. Don't
And Brahim Diaz's reaction, like he was I'm not taking the piss here, because he was genuinely like looked like.
And his manager wouldn't have got onto him if he thought he had. The manager told him go miss it.
And look, it's a dark moment for Brahim Diaz.
It's the darkest. It'll be the darkest. I don't think it can get much darker. It's a World Cup penalty when Morocco get to the World Cup final. That's the only way it can get darker.
But is that even darker? Right, in terms of Morocco,
for real. For 50 years, they were saying Morocco have a
and there. It's right there in your home stadium on the penalty. But look, hopefully Brahim Diaz can come back from this. But I don't know. It's a dark one.
But also on the final point, shout out Afcon always for drama, entertainment, you know, X, Y, and Z, whatever you're looking for in a football game, match, tournament. Afcon is always providing that, like always providing that. And I was gonna say we're getting 3 different winners, but we're getting different winners each and every time. It could be any team now that can be the Afcon winners. I know Senegal have a bit of a powerhouse right now, but that was Egypt when I was growing up, and that was all these other teams. And Egypt to get Mo Salah, but Mo Salah can't do it. You know, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Mane's about to retire. Maybe Mane's the glue. Maybe Senegal just have great players. You know, we've had guys like Drogba and Touré never win it. So it's always something to watch in Afcon, bro. You still got some of the world's best players, and I think it is getting more sort of notoriety and eyeballs on it. Because even just this discourse is like a lot. You know. Yeah.
And shout out Gay, because it was a goal worthy of winning
great goal.
The final. Brilliant.
It's a great goal.
It's just under the crossbar. And shout out Senegal, because obviously they've gone and won it again. But look, there was Premier League football this weekend, and we have to start with the Manchester derby at 12:30. Up nice and early, ready for the game. And we put out a video last week talking about obviously Amorim being sacked, Xabi Alonso being sacked, and Michael Carrick coming in. Michael Carrick, as they're calling him. And you were saying that Man United, they might be able to get to a draw. But they can't win because...
And you were saying that vibes go a long way.
We've seen it too many times.
In the club.
We've seen it too many times with Man United.
You know, it's so funny because I'll doubt it again, though.
You probably will. Yeah.
Like, I'll doubt it again if Carrick doesn't get the job, and it's like whoever it is, you know, Johnny Evans or whatever. Yeah, I think, you know, I'll still be like, I don't know if Johnny can do.
No, Johnny Evans, Darren Fletcher, they're not of this mold. Yeah, they're not of this mold. They can't do that. But Michael Carrick, at least that's why I thought for United fans as well, he's better than Oli because he's had some level of experience in the game.
He's top, right? Bro.
But
not as a manager, but like as a
But the performance on the weekend was very like a couple of people are saying this, very much just back to basics, and like the football gods and whatever have done Arsenal a big favor.
Yeah,
because
massive.
Giving United giving Carrick the job so that his first game and his first home game is the Manchester derby. Yeah. Right, where Arsenal have lucked out there because we know what that is at Man United.
It could have been
Old
us.
Trafford. Exactly, right. And away from home, Carrick maybe struggles a bit and whatever, but bare minimum, back to basics, have players run, get the Old Trafford crowd involved. He did all of those things that should just be non-negotiables for a club like Man United and where they want to be. He did all of those things, and obviously he implemented his tactics in a certain way that United just dominated City. Like even though I thought there could be a vibes thing, and a lot of that is like we always say, Bruno,
Jing Bang,
and they've added Mbeumo and Cunha, whatever. And those are the 3 pieces that really did do it in the end. Like
Dorgu though.
Yeah, Dorgu as well. He can get his praise, but I didn't think the game would look like that. As much as I thought there was vibes.
I don't think anybody could have predicted the game. Like even the most sort of like staunch, like Man United are going to win this, and you know whoever that fan was, I don't think they could have expected that performance. Like I hear you, Man United are going to win this, they're going to nick it. City might be poor, and City were poor, but that performance was like it was almost chalk and cheese between the two teams. Yeah, like it was honestly, like it was almost as if like Man United are the team chasing us down on some. If they win this, they go 3 points behind us. Vibe. Like that's how hungry they wanted it. That's how much they wanted it. I was really, really, I was really shocked by the result, but by the performance more so. And even more because I was saying at half time, I was like, GG United. You've given us a good 45 minutes. You've not scored when City are at their absolute worst. And you're at your absolute best.
So City are going to come back and punch.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's it now. Yeah. City are going to go and score and 1-0 Haaland. And then, you know, they get the chains moving from there. So I was shocked to not just all of what you've said, but for that not to come into fruition in the first half when City were poor and Man United were playing well. Like they haven't capitalized off the vibes then, but they've shown enough wherewithal to come back in the second half. Say we're not done. Say we're not done performing well. We're not done.
Agreed. Keep the levels high.
Yeah, like that's what's shocking me the most under Carrick. Yeah, because that can happen in the first 45 minutes. That can be like Carrick's influence, and then after a while, the players are like, yeah, but we didn't really train on what to do besides just work hard.
Yeah.
So what am I meant to be doing when Pep makes the adjustments and Bernardo Silva moves into this position and Reinders comes on and Reinders is starting to occupy these spaces? I don't know where I'm meant to be. None of that happened.
Yeah. And I mean, look, that's kind of touching on the City side, which we will get to, because did Pep cause enough problems?
Yeah.
Did Man City cause enough problems? But I said it to you off air as well. Just to make the point, like, football has been a bit dry. Yeah, for the last couple of months, whatever.
Evertonian told me though.
Yeah. Wolves Newcastle on Sunday was horrendous.
I'm happy I didn't.
We spoke about the Brentford Tottenham game. We gave both those teams rookies of the week. A lot of 0-0s, a lot of 1-0s, a lot of set pieces and whatever. And sometimes because of that, I might be on my phone during the game. This game locked in.
Yeah,
like it's one of the best games of football I've seen in a
long time. Definitely this season. I think it's also there's a lot of that is just a shock factor, as you say. Like, Man United is like a continual push to get shots off, to be threatening, man. But I do have a bit of a gripe with the Man United side of it. Not gripe. That's like the wrong word.
Okay, we'll get there. Because this episode they deserve some praise.
I'm praising
before we get to the grabs, right? But look, you mentioned keep going, creative side, get shots off, yeah. Bruno Fernandes. That's a number 10 doing number 10 type stuff.
Fernandes.
Yeah. All of a sudden he's playing as number 10.
Yeah.
He's just orchestrating things. He's dictating play. And look, we've been Bruno Fernandes fans. We know what Bruno Fernandes is. We know how good he is. But
in terms of a Bruno game, though, that's the masterpiece. That's like when all the bad days happen and what you're hoping Bruno can get back to is that goal threat, chance creation, team lead, the hard yards,
picking the space.
He should have had 2 goals and 2 assists.
It should have. I mean, with the amount of like offside goals at this, but yeah, look, Bruno Fernandes was brilliant. I think the way he was picking up spaces in behind Man City's midfield, almost every time Bruno plays a forward pass, it's like a killer pass.
It's so dangerous.
It's the one that's got someone through 1v1.
So dangerous, and he definitely is the life and soul of the team. Because when Bruno has the ball, like, players really feel like they can make a run. Like random guys, that low. I'm gonna break the third line. I'm gonna break
run.
Oh yeah,
just run in a straight line.
Like everyone, when Bruno's got the ball at his feet, is like, something can genuinely happen here.
Yeah.
Let me shake and bake. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
As opposed to anybody else, these couple of games without Bruno and Man United have still been scoring goals, but it's like we came back for the other day against Burnley. Sesko's cute runs now. His cute balls.
Yeah.
Like Bruno in the 10 position, or not burdened with like being a DM and worrying about tracking back and stuff. He was threatening always, because he was still threatening as a DM, but I really forgot these like sort of maybe 90-minute performances as opposed to spurts, as opposed to like jing bang, just moment of quality is needed. I forgot how much he can be involved in the actual just game.
Yeah.
Like the general game, especially with the legs.
It's real 10 stuff, because the other stuff of not really being involved in the game, I don't know what role. Yeah, but it was real 10 stuff from Bruno. But obviously, when you play against Man City, winning the midfield battle is imperative, vital. And we can't talk about Bruno without talking about both Casemiro and Kobe. Now, you said about Casemiro, about his ability to roll back the years. It was it was some performance from Casemiro.
I was saying this in the office, like even before this game had been played. I really think Casemiro has enjoyed his time in England, despite the hate, despite the flack. He's on 350k a week, wherever he's on, 5-year deal, crazy. But just the that contract side of it all. And then just the occasional big game, because it really feels like Burnley and Southampton and Norwich and all these other teams, Casemiro could not care. Yeah. Sloppy passes, poor passes.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of fair.
Like
the level he's played at.
Like getting robbed on the ball, whatever it is, that's my man, he's drifting off me. And it's not that Casemiro's a monster every big game.
Yeah.
But there are definitely these games once a month where Casemiro, these big games once a month, managers' jobs on the line, Liverpool are in town, whatever it is, where Cas is like, yo, this feels like a final.
Hmm.
Like this feels like a Champions League final, and he was giving those vibes.
I mean, look, shout out to, and this is probably the only time I'll ever give them a shout out, but Man United fans and Old Trafford, because you had the place rocking. Like Casemiro's getting those vibes.
Yeah. That challenge in the first half.
Yeah.
On I can't remember who it was now. On Haaland.
Yeah, the slide tackle.
Yeah,
foot round. Yeah.
Like those are the ones that Cass is living for, as you say. When the crowd gets up for it, he's like, I'm locked in now.
Yeah,
and he's able to turn back the clock because he doesn't have to do three people's job in midfield. Like if Cass misses the challenge, Kobe's there.
Yeah,
so it's not the end of the world. Kobe can slow him down. Cass can get back.
And I mean, look, he brought him up there. Kobe Mainoo, who recently had an injury, and when Amrim got sacked, miraculous recovery, straight back in the team, comes back in. Everyone told Man United fans that Kobe Mainoo couldn't play in a 3. That Kobe Mainoo can't run.
It is a bit disgusting how fans do that, though.
Right, Kobe Mainoo ran the most of any Man United midfielder in any Premier League game this season on Saturday against Man City, but the guy is he's just got quality.
He's a really good player.
He's just got quality. Like it's obvious.
I actually want to say that I don't think that Kobe was like unreal, but I do think that Kobe he's got quality. He's a good player, and he showed it in the game. And like for me, that's like a just almost average Kobe performance. Like what would I would expect, maybe not an everyday Kobe performance, but like just he's been good, he's been above average, he's just a good guy, good, quality player. Because I feel as if Kobe has more to offer. I don't feel like you come out of the cold.
But I agree on the sense of like just on paper on the pitches, it might just be an average Kobe performance, because it is Man City and everything he's got to deal with.
So that's the thing with the context applied. It's a great performance considering the circumstances, because you can just get run over by
the way
Pep's.
Guys are putting behind
you can just get run over by Pep's midfield. But to the point that you're making about guys saying Kobe can't play in a midfield 3 and stuff, I feel like we went so far one way with Kobe. He's Zidane. He's the franchise guy. It has to be based around him. So like he's nothing. He's useless. He's not even getting games at Brighton. There's a reason that Amorim is leaving him out and no club wants him. All this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that when Kobe comes and puts in a good performance next to a good Bruno and a good Casemiro, and Kobe was good himself, it's
gonna get
And I'm like, it's not that this is this could be the standard that you hold Kobe to, because this is a good standard to hold him to. But I think that there's more Kobe you can do and will do in a midfield 3 next to Bruno and Cass. I feel like there is more. I feel like that's him sort of dusting off the cobwebs. That's him. That's him just getting into the flow of things, and it's still a really good performance. So
the other thing I'll say as well is that, and I've kind of touched on this point before, especially against Pep's Man City team. And because we said this about Sunderland when Sunderland played Man City, when you do get the ball off Pep's City team, obviously if it's not going to Bruno Fernandes and Bruno Fernandes does what he does, like you need to keep the ball for 3-4 minutes or whatever. Like not every time you win it back or whatever, but there needs to be times where you do take the sting. City can't just keep regaining the possession. And Granit Xhaka did that well when they played Sunderland away. When Sunderland did get the ball back, it wasn't like immediately it's coming straight back. Granit Xhaka, he finds the pass or whatever. I feel like that midfielder in any team or system that's coming up has almost the most difficult role. Like Casemiro can break up the play. That's kind of what you expect him to do. Like I said, Bruno Fernandes does what Bruno Fernandes does. That's not easy, but that's what I need my 10 to do. But to really get on the ball and take some of this thing out, like when he dropped his shoulder and sent Semenyo, like Kobe is that guy bouncing ball, bodies around. Can I come out of it? Can I find the red shirt?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff I think is so difficult to do against a Pep team.
Now I hear that because especially on a Pep team, they start to like lock in on you and like, all right, you're the tempo guy or whatever. So if we can kill you and cut you out of the game, it's easier for us. So I agree with that 100%. And Kobe deserves praise and credit. And I'm not saying that don't go too far with Kobe. I'm just saying on my side of things, I feel like there's a lot more from Kobe to come. And like, I can't go on this performance because I'm feeling like Kobe's just scratching the surface. This is his first game back from the cold after not starting all season.
And I think that's the point that Man United fans almost want to try and make, is that like Man United fans were told by Ruben that
this guy's not good.
This guy can't hack it. Like he's coming from the cold, and he's played like that. So how is this guy can't get a place in our squad? But as much as the midfield played well and whatever, you did mention him, Dorgu.
Big Pat Dorgu.
Patrick Dorgu, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, for 90 minutes, tuck in, get out to the player, tuck in, get out to the player, goal, clean sheet.
I'm changing my perception. Dog, these last couple weeks, he's changing my perception on him, and I didn't think he was a scrub.
But it's like he's played. He'll probably do the same against Arsenal this weekend. He's playing a very specialist role. He's not a left winger.
He's not, and he's not even a Man United starter. Yeah, I think with all of these guys fit and stuff and all that kind of stuff, it's not necessarily that you want Dorgu,
but he's decent.
But he's exactly. And for that specialist role,
you're a big hater, innit? Yeah.
And for that specialist role, I just feel like someone with that level, those levels of energy and enough levels of tech, like, you know, Dogu needs to get better sometimes in his final ball crossing, all this kind of stuff, you know. But
he played this one diag on his left foot that was.
But when I'm seeing that diag and I'm seeing this other stuff and I'm seeing how hard he's working and even the goal that he scores,
yeah, it's not an easy. Finish.
He's the only guy in the box as well. He's expecting Cunha to get across his man. Yeah. Well, your wing back is expecting Cunha to get across his man, and he's getting across his man, and he's
falling, kind of, he's being fouled, and
I'm looking at that guy like, well, that's a piece you can count on. Like, it doesn't need to be. It's like NBA. You don't need to be a 20-point scorer, but if you're gonna give me 5 to 10 points off the bench consistently, games where Shaw's out, whoever's out,
play good defense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whoever's out, I can trust you to just run, potentially not lock a guy out, but give a guy a hard time. You know, score a goal occasionally, put a ball in the box occasionally that can do something dangerous. I feel like that's a guy you can rely on. I don't know how many guys Man United have besides whoever they have in the starting 11, and I'm not. You know, Shaw's been playing well, but I don't know about that kind of stuff long term. How many other pieces can Man United? Do they have 15 players they trust?
Yeah.
Can Dogu make his way into a 15 that can be trusted?
Remember what Leo said when they signed Dogu? He said if he's fast and he's strong, then he's an automatic upgrade on Dallo. Which is kind of if we just boil down the point we're making, he just gives you a bare basic level,
and that's
that. Yeah,
hopefully you can rely on.
Exactly.
And that feel Man United need that so much, man.
And lastly, on the Man United point of view, because I don't think we should leave the Man United conversation without talking about this guy, because the first goal in these games
was pivotal.
So crucial. I said to you maybe like a week ago that I was like, I really want to see City go behind in the game. It was like Brighton, they took the lead. Obviously, Brighton come back and whatever. Chelsea, they took the lead. Chelsea come back. And Bruno Fernandes does his thing. It's a perfect pass. Thierry Henry did his analysis on it.
I haven't seen that, but yeah.
He was saying Bruno's not playing the game. He's thinking the game. Because of the way he was like, Bruno takes an extra touch this way to make more space between Kusanov and Mbeumo to then play it that way. But Mbeumo, and you mentioned it at half time, after Donnarumma made the save from Casemiro, I thought, it's just that day.
GG.
Like, Donnarumma's going to save everything. Yeah. And step up Mbeumo, man, the sniper, as I've labelled him before. Bottom corner, it needed to be something perfect to finish, to get past Donnarumma the way he was playing first time. Like, for all the work that Dorgu does, Casemiro, Kobe, Bruno, you need someone, and we're gonna get onto Arsenal, right? And this kind of hits home, to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Bruno can have his 10 out of 10, Kobe can have his 8 out of 10, Casemiro can have his 9 out of 10, but ultimately, you do need someone to put the ball in the back of the net to make this count. And Mbeumo is that guy.
No, Mbeumo, he's done very well with that finish.
Cool, just calm, collected.
In the game, sort of in general, but he was running around a lot. Like this Mbeumo isn't Brentford Mbeumo in the sense of, I didn't really see Brentford Mbeumo like get to top speed.
Yeah.
Like everything was like to his feet, or it was set up that he can just come onto it first time. You know, it's a good finish, it's a volley, it's a free kick, it's whatever it is. And he didn't need to track back that much because he was like the guy. But this Mbeumo is like, how many times did I feel like I saw Mbeumo make a long bursting run to get on the end,
chasing lost goals?
Like it's not, he's not favoured to win that aerial duel or that ball over the top, but he's long bursting, hard time for the defender. I'm like, whoa, is this? I haven't really seen these levels from Mbeumo. So I 100%, I give him so much respect and credit. And 100%, he's a sniper, as you say, he's a laser. He is the kind of guy, definitely for Man United, where you don't want to give him really 2 or 3 chances.
No.
Like he can be a 1 chance, 1 goal kind of guy, but definitely if Mbeumo's getting 2 or 3 chances a game, he's probably leaving with something.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably leaving with something. He's good enough off both feet. So shout out Mbeumo, but it does bring me to my gripe.
Yeah, go on.
Which is not really a gripe, as I say, because I think Michael Carrick deserves so much credit and all the credit in the world. But I feel, and this is Man United, I just feel like the way and maybe Michael Carrick deserves credit because of this, but the way in which everything just sort of came together. Bruno back and Buemo back, Ahmad back, Harry Maguire back, a fit Lisandro Martinez. I just feel like Kobe. So Amarim deserves a lot of shit because he wouldn't have played Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might have tinkered with the Bruno piece, he might have tinkered with all these other pieces, and you don't get that performance. But in terms of the result and winning, I do feel as if not that Amarim would have won and beaten Pep, but could he have done more, especially in some of these fixtures gone by, with some of these pieces? Like with the fact that these pieces are back, the fact that and it's not to say Amarim should be in the job and all this kind of stuff. As I say, we said it on the other pod. I know why Amarim was sacked, but just the whole like Michael Carrick is the savior. He is calm. He saved us. He's everything. Yeah, I'm like, yo, everyone has just come back. Like how much?
Come on, bro. We can't.
How much?
Yeah, you know that Man United fans we can't really give that any.
And it's not that Man United fans are saying, it's not the only thing. I know they're scarred. They're not saying
but they are saying that Carrick.
Bro,
if they win on Sunday at Emirates,
but that one might be more Carrick.
Every Man United fan will tell you they want Carrick full time.
Yeah, they will.
Even if they get a draw, maybe.
I just feel like almost because, as you said, because it's Man United, because it's Manchester City, because it's the doldrums of where Man United are and stuff, that if you get Bruno back, if you get Mbeumo back, if you get Ahmad back and Harry Maguire back, maybe regardless of the manager at OT versus Man City, something can happen. Like you could, they could be on a 14-game losing streak.
You did have this information when you said that they didn't have a chance of winning.
I know, and that is true, So that's why I do give Carrick so much credit, because the mentality of Bruno and the mentality of Mbeumo and all that stuff, you can credit to Carrick. Maybe he's coming.
The work rate, yeah.
And Mbeumo's coming. He's a 6-time Premier League winner in here. Like that stuff. Maybe I need to run more. Maybe I need to do more. All that stuff is credible. And ultimately, Carrick won the game. Yeah, beaten Pep Guardiola. Yeah. So, however that comes, even that McFarlane guy from Chelsea, respect. He didn't beat, but he's drawn in his. So regardless of how it comes, respect. But yeah, I just feel like maybe Man United would have had the jing bang just because all the players came back, But I hear it's nitpicking. It is nitpicking on Carrick,
because I think we should give Carrick a
lot of credit,
actually some praise, because I agree with you. Like, he's got players back, So if they played even a Fulham at home, Fulham are a decent team, players back and Bremo or whatever, but and it also does kind of bring me on to my to the point about City as well. Like, this is Pep.
Yeah.
This is City fans were saying, Michael, like, this is a great time to play Man United. Michael Carrick. What's Michael Carrick going to do to Pep Guardiola? He can't stand up.
Did you know who also didn't think anything was going to happen in that game? Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Because I heard a lot of Roy Keane before kickoff, and he wasn't really on this whole like old boys coming back. All the Fergie's lot just getting a go at it. He was on. Johnny Evans hasn't coached a day in his life, but Johnny Evans is going to come back and coach.
Roy Keane wanted to have an argument desperately, and I know he's got history with Michael Carrick, which we don't need to go into. But look, Pep's got 1 point from Callum McFarlane and Michael Carrick. Yeah, those are two gaffers that he's faced. He's managed to get 1 point. They're winless in 4. City fans were saying that's the worst performance they've seen under.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, man.
They had nothing, obviously, in Manchester derby and everything.
Foden hooked half time, Haaland not scoring.
But those are
those are the guys.
Like you say, Foden hooked.
Those are the guys.
Haaland, stinker, and hooked. And we said it. Pep's he's sending a message there. Like 10 minutes to go, Manchester derby 2-0 down. You score 1 goal from a set piece, lucky bounce.
That stadium goes quiet. That stadium goes quiet. Yeah,
you start piling on the pressure.
Yeah.
Like that game's not over at 2-0. But when you bring Haaland off, that game is over.
But why he's brought Haaland off? As I was telling you, I'm looking at like Lisandro Martinez move Haaland in these like not jump balls, but like these long balls from the goalkeeper. It's bouncing. You get 6'4" Haaland backing down Leacher, and Leacher's just like moving him aside, winning the ball back.
Yeah, he's getting in front of him.
I'm like, nah, bro, that can't happen. So I agree. I mean, Pep side of things, City side of things is quite bleak, bro. Those 2 points that you've just mentioned about 2 points versus McFarlane and Carrick is, I mean, I don't even know if we need to do the whole lose the title by 2 points talk, but if City end up losing the title by potentially 2 points,
Yeah.
like you'll start to look down the list and I'll be like, yeah, the two newbies in the league, these two interim coaches have to be gimmies. There's have to be 3 points.
Yeah.
So this stuff will 100% add up. And I mean, 5 losses for Manchester City.
5
A
losses.
draw wouldn't have been good enough for what they're looking to do. But to get stopped.
But I mean, obviously, the way the weekend's panned out, a draw would have been
a great draw. Yeah, a great result.
They've gone to Old Trafford. But obviously, they have lost. Obviously, players maybe not stepping up. Erling Haaland hasn't scored for a while, I think.
Games now.
And it's looking like it's a bit difficult out there. I mean, the back line, Rico Lewis, Kusanov, Alain, who was hooked at half-time.
Where's that guy come from?
Ake. What they called him back from Watford. He was on loan at Watford.
I'm just throwing him in
back.
there.
But they brought in Semenyo. Semenyo was there for this game. They brought in Gay. Pep's gone and spent another 100 million.
Yeah.
From Daddy Sheikh.
Literally.
Like,
I think Kusanov started the game.
Yeah. And obviously they've just lost today to Bodo. Look, I think there is a feeling amongst a lot of City fans, even rival fans that want City to win the league, that regardless almost of the Arsenal result, which we'll get to, that this City team maybe just doesn't
have it. What do you think that they don't have though? Because I agree with that statement, and we've been saying that for a bit this season in the sense of we don't feel like it's the same City team as seasons gone by.
I think defensively they can get got at. Yeah, they're quite a way off it defensively.
I agree with that.
That's why I've named it. Rico Lewis, Kusanov, Alain, and Ake going to Old Trafford.
Yeah, come on. And Ake, by the way,
yeah,
we love Ake. We both have a lot of respect for Ake.
Yeah.
But Ake needs to be in Galatasaray or Fenerbahce, and he's not even like entirely washed and done, but he's just not. He's not the Ake that Pep is putting out there. Like Pep is putting out Ake to stop these like 1v1 guys, to stop these like.
Yeah, him on that man.
Yeah. Like that's not happening anymore. That's not. Like...
Bro, and then at half time, Ake gets moved to centre back, do a whole new role. Second half, Manchester derby, do a whole new role.
That's not happening anymore. I think City are licking their wounds a little bit, man. And I don't really know what it is, because I agree that the defense isn't good enough, but Pep spent money there. Like this whole like Kusanov stuff, I'm just wondering what's that about then at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like that can't be Pep hasn't signed off and scouted Kusanov. Someone said that this is a goodbye. Pep's looking at this. He's looking at this guy in training like this guy's.
And the rumors, they don't seem to be going away about what Pep might do in the summer. So there's another thing.
Maybe the lack of like Pep, yeah. And obviously this is like 7-8 years ago now, maybe even 10 years ago. But when he came, identifying problems in the team, immediate fixes. He signed 2 new left backs, 2 new right backs.
Yep.
After the end of his first season, he's known he's got a right back problem.
Yeah.
But there's not really like, I don't think Gay's coming in to play right back either.
Yeah.
O'Reilly's played left back for a lot of the year. So there's stuff where I'm like, well, he's just leaving this to sort of amble on for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Nuri played right back today. And Pep basically had him playing as a right winger. But yeah, look, I think that's a bad one for Man City. I think City fans will be aware of that. They've got some tough games coming up. But look, we'll move it on, because in the evening, Arsenal did go to Forest in a game that ended up goalless yet again after the Liverpool game. Which was 0-0.
Dark.
This one's 0-0. Arsenal still haven't been able to score. Obviously, it has been spoken about, and I think Thierry Henry calmed a lot of the Arsenal fan base. Seemed like a lot of the Arsenal fan base were willing to listen to Thierry.
I was a bit shocked by Thierry's. I still haven't seen the full sort of clips and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, considering some of Thierry's previous sort of comments around Arsenal and the timings of some of these comments and stuff, I really thought Thierry would have like just dug us a new one for drawing to.
I thought it would go that way as well, but look, you were feeling confident. I
was.
So how disappointed are you? Obviously, I saw you on the weekend.
I got to be honest. My feelings after the game was, there's no way to dress up this draw, even though City have lost, even though Villa eventually ended up losing. I still don't think there's a way to dress up this draw. Like, well, it doesn't matter really about injuries. It doesn't really matter about sort of who's in form, who's out of form. I feel like with the squad assembled over the summer, we should be able to beat Nottingham Forest at home. Well, sorry, away from home. Considering the context as well, it's not first game of the season Forest. It's not last game of the season Forest. It's not like, well, this is a Forest that hasn't really been that good. They've had 3 different managers, and all of that, by the way, doesn't matter, because if we win, we go 9 points clear. So, what are we really doing here if we're not giving our all to be? What are we really doing here if we're not giving our all to get 3 points, man? And the most annoying thing, the biggest reason as to why I can't dress up this draw is and I said it to your fair, like, I really hate how passive this team can be sometimes. Like, I really, really hate how we can not score in the first half, which is already a problem, is already a worrying sign, and then just let the 50th minute drag into the 85th minute without much happening.
No urgency.
One chance, 2, maybe a header that goes close, and the team almost forces fans to cling on to these like nothing moments as like, oh well, that's it. That's what's decided the game. We weren't given a penalty. We weren't, Martinelli's missed one in the first half, and all that stuff can happen. All that stuff happens in a lot of games. But do more, create more, have more chances. Let it be one of those games where we're walking away like, and we did miss a couple of chances, of course we did, but let it be one of those games where we've missed like 4 or 5, 6 chances. Let it be
But how many of those games do we really kind of
let it be the Crystal Palace game, yeah, but we've had to win it on penalties in the cup, yeah. But like, let it be that game where good football, like battering, knocking on the door, trying to break down the door. Keepers had to make 14 saves. We've missed sitters, and it's an annoying 0-0. We all have the exact same emotions, but I can't say that we were passive in the game as if the title didn't mean anything, or as if we're kicking the can down the road to win at some later
Does
date.
that game almost feel like the outlier compared to like how we usually are?
Yeah, it does, because how we usually are is how we played versus Nottingham Forest.
Because even in some of the games where we have scored a lot of goals, yeah, like Tottenham, we didn't have that many chances.
Yeah. We went back down the door.
Atletico, we didn't have that many, but the ones we did have, we buried. And Villa, the same in that second half. Trossard bang, Jesus bang. Like, I feel like that is just how Mikel Arteta's Arsenal sets up.
No, but I'm still here to criticize.
And you're right, Tabo. You can have a problem with that.
Exactly. I'm still here to criticize that because,
yeah.
And I agree, and I admit that. Yeah, this is sort of how we've been. We're a bit more of a maybe moments team than we are like a just like a truly suffocate. Leaving every game with 20, 25 shots, 30 shots on target. But my particular problem with these last 2 0-0 results that you've mentioned is we've been passive in two games in 2 different ways. Like Liverpool, I couldn't stand how at the Emirates, Liverpool just have the ball for 30 minutes of the second half. Like 30 of the 45 minutes of the second half, we're watching Liverpool pass it around, and they're not really probing, getting shots off or anything either, but we're just letting them have the ball.
Yeah.
For 20, 30 minutes. No one's putting a challenge in. And when we get the ball, it's 2 or 3 touches and it's gone again. We've lost it. And then this game, we have all of the ball, but not really a truly menacing shot, stinging the hands of the keeper. He's had to make some decent saves from headers and stuff, but I just don't get the 2 games back to back. We could be 8 points clear in the Liverpool game. We could be 9 points clear in the Forest game. And it feels to me as if we're leaving stuff out there on the field.
Yeah.
Like we're not coming off saying we've given it our all, we've given it everything. Crystal Palace was frustrating. I was saying after the game how frustrated I was. And you were saying we're going to smack a team because if we play like that, goals will come. Yeah. And I hear that, but I'd rather, to answer my question when I was asking back then, I'd rather be in the position where we actually do play like that and we don't score the goal than to see my team be passive, man. I can't stand. I can't stand when I know, everybody else knows between the 65th minute and the 85th minute, nothing's going to happen. And we wait till the 77th minute to ring changes. And it's just 15 minutes wasted of a game where all we need is 1 goal.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you fundamentally on the point. I've seen so much of it that I don't really know if that's going to change, because I think there's also Arteta very much sort of like, I'm not going to risk losing this game to try and win it.
And I hear that because a loss would have been way more damaging. Any loss between now and then, like I don't know how many games are left, but any loss in the next 10 games is truly, truly like stop your heart, like, you know, is like sweat, nerves, fear, all of that kind of stuff. So I hear not losing games.
And I don't think he's willing to send somebody forward. But then it's an interesting one because then Declan Rice comes out and does interviews and he says the boss is on to us to take more risk and be more threatening. And so,
and I know Arteta's telling the guys, Arteta's not telling guys, yeah, keep it close, keep it tight, let's win the game in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, but I do think sometimes your substitutions and your starting lineups do genuinely sort of indicate to the team what you want. Yeah?
And look, let's get into that because, like you said, the chances that we had, we probably should have won that game, right? Sells has pulled off a massive save. Martinelli's missed an open goal. But regardless of that, we can't really just throw it on that because we've said that Arteta's squad management and game management has been good up until this point. But now, in the last couple of weeks, it maybe hasn't because, look, firstly, Saka and Trossard are on the bench.
Yeah, and they're both starting tonight.
Now, yeah, and now if that chance that falls to Martinelli falls to Trossard or Eze, I'm pretty sure they score, right? And we can't be sure of that, whatever. But I think that they would score that chance. So he's put Noni and he's put Martinelli out there. Gyökeres isn't doing enough, and obviously Havertz is back on the bench trying to get his minutes back up. Havertz will probably come back into this team, but those two positions on the wing, or mainly Martinelli, because obviously Noni still did all right. Whatever, if Saka has a niggle, you can leave him out. Mainly Martinelli, you could have played Trossard or Eze. But I think the big conversation that is going on, Arteta even got asked about it in his press conference, is about playing Eze. When Eze
what does he have to do?
Yeah. Are you tempted to put him back in the team? Obviously, that can combine also in with the fact that Ethan has gone on loan, which we don't need to talk about too much. We can talk about that more off air and whatever. But obviously, Ethan's going on loan to Marseille because he's not even making match day squads. So fair enough. But Odegaard was poor, like just straight up poor.
56 minutes up.
Unacceptable. What he gave us against Forest
and Liverpool.
Spent most of the time on the floor. And Odegaard comes off and Marino comes on, which the optics of that, even though we can dig deeper into it and have the nuanced conversation about what Marino is going to bring, but the optics of that aren't good. Right? No, we know what Eze can do.
Yeah.
And like you said, Eze gets 12 minutes.
Beyond baffled by the treatment of Eze. Like 3 games in of benching Eze, I'm like, yeah, Villa mistake. We've got to teach a guy lessons, the levels now at the club, what we're going for, what we're trying to achieve. 4 games into benching Eze, I'm like, it's a bit harsh because, you know, like, all right, like essentially he's still £70 million player. There's so much quality. We're not really like blowing teams out again, are we? But now this was like the 6th or 7th game where he's played 20 minutes in those spurts, and oh
my God, what a goal!
It's liquid football.
That was go on, turn it up. She was at the helm of that, starting the move.
What's up with Jesus?
My number 10.
What's up with Jesus?
That's a Jesus goal as well. That's a shit goal. That's one of the shitty ones. Just get your leg on it. Yeah. My number 10. Can we go forward?
Yeah, we can. Also, Jesus, to be fair, compared to Gyökeres. Yeah.
Shit ones. Yeah, just get your toe on that. Love those.
No, I was saying, yeah, the treatment of Eze, honestly, it's really, really been baffling me because Odegaard had a good 3 games against Villa and Bournemouth and those guys, and then he didn't really play that well versus Liverpool, and he didn't really play that well versus Forest on the weekend. And even though the Portsmouth game, like Eze, he wasn't really involved until the final couple minutes. So I'm a bit stumped by that. I'm hoping that there's an injury or something that we don't know about because all of these games have been crying out for a game changer. All of these games have been crying out for a moment of magic, a bit of quality, all the stuff that Rice, Arteta, everyone's saying Arteta's asking us to do. But he's actively been keeping these guys on the bench that have these qualities in the group. Yeah. Not just Eze, but of course Eze is the biggest one. But even these guys like Trossard and stuff, like I was telling you, like, I don't know how many times I need to see Martinelli versus the Sean Dyche team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not. It just doesn't work. We need to be 1-0 up. We need to be 2-0 up before you start bringing Martinelli on. And it's not just because of the chance he missed. you wouldn't have taken him off at half time if you thought that he had a good game, but he was getting chances and all this kind of stuff. Like,
no, he was poor.
Arteta has to, because we've given him a lot of praise for the use of the squad in the past, but for these past 2 games, man, he has to take onus on his player choices, his player decisions. And to be honest, obviously I don't know this, but I don't think Arteta blames anybody more than himself for the draw against Nottingham Forest. I think he knows he picked the wrong player, set the team up the wrong way to get the result that was needed. And this conservativeness within the Arsenal squad, I can only hope it's expelled after a major trophy, because it's just not really Arsenal, to be honest. Like, and I would do it to win the trophy. I will do it to win the trophy. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's just not really. And I don't want to sound like a Man United fan, but but it's just
DNA.
But it's just not
DNA. Look, I think the other part of the conversation is also that, and we've said this before, could we have a team sheet with Odegaard and Eze? Yeah. And look, I do kind of understand Forest away. Like, to me, that's not a 17th place team. We'll see where they finish at the end of the season. But Anderson, Sangare, and Gibbs White away from home, maybe you don't want to take that chance. Yeah. So whatever. But you made the point as well. We've made the point. We've said Russell Westbrook and Jalen Brunson and Cooper Flag, who's now been traded away. But this isn't like last year. Yeah. When Odegaard has to play every game. He has to play every game, because that is all we have, and that is probably the best level that we have, right? Even though Ethan was balling last year, we have Eze here. Yeah.
You don't have to stick with him.
As much as like, I'm getting onto Odegaard as well because he is the captain, and we need more from him. You've made the point as well, like, Arteta, you can change this.
Yeah. So it's all on him.
Like, you don't have to make me talk bad about Odegaard. Yeah. But if you just take him out of the team and you put Eze in, and then we can at least see, because giving Eze 12 minutes is saying, win me this game, save me.
It's so harsh. I hate that, man. Even with the Liverpool stuff, in both Liverpool games, because we was a goal down by the time he came on at Liverpool away from home. Like, we're giving him literally 15 minutes. And we're saying, like, win us this match. And by the time he gets a touch, by the time he gets his first shot off, there's 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
And we're saying, like, just be,
like, how's he getting to the pace of the game? How's he under?
He's a quality player. He, don't get me wrong, he's world class and stuff, but Arteta just give him more of a chance. And as I said, like, for real, like, if Arteta wants to come out, and this isn't like a get on Arteta thing, where we're still in a good position, but if Arteta wants to come out and say, we were too passive today, we didn't really have the quality up front today, we didn't really create those moments of magic today, but Odegaard's played 70 minutes and been poor in those 70 minutes, then I don't really want to hear it, because you're part of the problem. We literally can change it. There's so much stuff we can do, down all the way down to like going to 2 up top. And I don't necessarily believe Arteta will go 2 up top. But if we're feeling for a goal, if we're looking to do something, you can keep, and you're desperate to keep Rice and Zubimendi on the pitch. Like, I don't know, there is a bit more, and it's weird to say tactical flexibility to Arteta. I'm sure he would hate a podcaster telling him to be more tactically flexible.
We're just here to give opinions, man. You don't have to say it.
To be more tactically flexible, but I don't want to see the same sort of system. And if it isn't like a cross corner set piece type vibes in these crunch time games, then we can't score a goal, because with the squad that we have, we generally, in my opinion, have the quality to create these open play chances, to create these like transition plays.
Agreed.
And all this kind of stuff. And I don't necessarily think it's like teams sit deep versus us 100%. Yes, they do. But
they sit deep versus City. They sit deep
and all these other teams still get transition chances.
For the third time, I'll say it. Pep played Ain't Nuri at right back today. Now, cool. Maybe it's not the best example because they did lose 3-1 to Bodo, but try something. Bro.
If you're telling me that Semenyo won't score a breakaway goal between now and the end of the season, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and everyone's gonna sit deep versus City because they're gonna keep the ball and all this kind of stuff. So. I don't necessarily believe in all of Arteta's saps, and the biggest one is one you've already mentioned. I don't think that Eze and Odegaard can't play together. I'm not clamoring for Eze as much if he's already on the pitch with Odegaard.
Agreed.
And the other change to be made is just moving Eze inside and moving a winger to left wing. Like, yeah, I just don't believe that it's either or, one or the other. Only one has to get 75, one has to get 15.
And if you're gonna bring Odegaard off on 57 minutes when the game is 0-0, can you not just bring Eze on at 57 minutes, give him half an hour, and make the Marino change 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later? Can you not just? But look, those getting into the nitty gritty of all that, there is a positive to take from the game and obviously the last couple of weeks, and that is Ben White.
Mm-hmm.
Ben White's come back. He scored the goal at Stamford Bridge midweek to put us 1-0 up. And he's come back. He seems to have slotted in almost flawlessly.
Yeah.
The team when we hadn't seen him for a while, and it looked like maybe
there's questions with the Gahey links. That David Ornstein, Sammy Mockbell, long-term interest, contract offered on the tables up to Gahey. I was like, whoa. I was like, why are we doing all of that?
But the end product, bro.
No,
the
White,
final third stuff. He's the best at that for us.
Yeah, he is, and I still find that crazy. Like, he's a centre back. He's a right back, yes, but he was a centre back for.
But he's not a centre back playing right back.
Exactly. Yeah. 3/4 of his career. So for the centre back that we've transitioned into right back to be sort of our best attacking fullback.
Yeah.
I just find that a bit mad.
Outside of Cala.
Yeah, outside of Cala. I just find that all a bit mad. Like,
your Mosquera is on one.
Block.
Made two.
Oh my God. That's just
but and look, you take a step back from it all. At the end of the weekend, we're 7 points clear. Gap did get bigger at the end of this week.
7 points feels like 9 points feels amazing, like unbelievable on cloud 9. I can't, like, 7 points feels so much bigger than 6.
Yeah.
Like it's just 1 point. Yeah. It's really not that much, but it's not now a 2-game swing. It's a 3-game swing.
Yeah.
Like, you need 2 losses and another bad result to jump over us in the table.
And look, more opportunities will come, and we need to see if this Arsenal team will take those opportunities. But look, overall, it was disappointing not to have extended that gap. But look, it's another week gone, and we go again next week. Obviously, this weekend we got Man United at home, which is a massive game now. But look, the last game we're going to talk about, Liverpool fans, you have got away with it because the Champions League is on and Arsenal are playing. So we're not going to talk about Liverpool this week, but because your 12 unbeaten run, we might need to do a bit of a deep dive into what's going on there.
Yeah.
But look, West Ham, Tottenham. We said it last week. Thomas Frank, if he doesn't win this game, let alone draw,
wouldn't have
been win this game.
100%.
And West Ham take the lead. Tottenham somehow come back into it, and at the very end, Callum Wilson dagger, 94th minute. 2-1 loss at home to West Ham. Tottenham had lost to Bournemouth when they were winless in 12, and they've lost to West Ham when they were winless in 10.
Yeah. I think this is just one of the worst losses of the Premier League season. Like, this one is really, really bad, considering, I mean, it's not that Tottenham are playing well, but considering where West Ham are, all the noise around. I mean, I just saw West Ham last week lose to Nottingham Forest in the 90-something minute, giving away a cheap penalty to Gibbs White, to what I thought was to cement them as relegated. I thought that was to cement them as relegated. I thought everyone was in Cancun from West Ham from now until the end of the season.
They extended the gap to like 6-7 points.
But now it's like, now it's like West Ham are feeling like maybe there's some fighting spirit in this squad. Maybe we've got rid of a couple of bad apples and everyone's here to work for each other now. And that narrative can only come out of a Tottenham win.
Yeah.
And Thomas Frank is in trouble, yo. I know
Tottenham have won 2 home Premier League games this season.
Yeah. I know they've given him the Dortmund game, and I'm not expecting much in the Dortmund game, but I really, really think he's in trouble just because of the vibes. Like, the results are bad, and don't get me wrong, the results feed into the vibes, but just the vibes around Tottenham. I don't know if I know a Thomas Frank inner.
Yeah, I don't think there is one.
Who's a Tottenham fan. I don't think I know anybody who supports Tottenham that's like, yeah.
But then it's like, they've just spent 40 million on Gallagher.
Yeah.
Like that seems like a club that's backing the manager, bringing in the players the manager wants.
I think where it gets really sticky for Thomas Frank is because it was the same for Man United when we were saying that Man United, all these other clubs have sacked their managers who finished like below you in the table, like the standards, all this kind of stuff. Where it gets sticky for Thomas Frank is, and Chelsea and Man United are already ahead of him, but these interim coaches and these new little boys, like if they start to pull away from Tottenham, like seriously pull away from Tottenham, put 6, 7, 8, 9 points between them, then I'm like, well, what does it matter? Like guys have picked managers, got it wrong, got rid of the managers, got someone else in, and they're doing better than us still.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it really gets dangerous for Thomas Frank. He has to be within 3-4 points of, you know, Rossinha and Carrick.
I mean, when Tottenham fans start calling for Ange back,
Exactly.
I mean,
he has to be within 2-3 points of Rossinha and Carrick, because those are meant to be his contemporaries. And if those guys are going to be several points ahead of him, with all the squad condition stuff that they've had to deal with all the sort of parameters and limitations on the squad and injuries and all that kind of stuff, then what excuse is there for Tottenham? You know? Brand new manager who's come in, like they'll start to do, since Liam Rossinha has taken over from Chelsea, no one's got more. They'll have all of that stuff up on the board, you know. And Thomas Frank can't be, you know, in the doldrums next to Nuno, next to some of these managers that have already left the clubs.
Yeah,
you know?
Agreed. And look, I think obviously the Gallagher signing,
Rob Edwards might have a better sort of, you know, 2026.
Are you ready to give Wolves the my bad?
Yeah, I might need to.
The Gallagher signing, and Tottenham fans are saying this themselves, to be fair, Gallagher's not a bad player. Yeah, but you have 7 or 8 of those profiles already in your squad.
Yeah, Papsar's coming back.
Yeah, Papsar, Grayberg, Valpalinia, Bentancur. But so you already have so many of those profiles. To go and bring Conor Gallagher, which Tottenham fans know is not someone
what they
really need.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help the like Tottenham fans are desperate to see some good football. Like they are, that is just them.
That's what they want.
Yeah, you want the Tottenham DNA,
Arsenal
DNA, whatever. Like they are just desperate to, like you've already touched on it. Yeah, like we can watch this football as long as it's gonna win. We don't care. Yeah, but Tottenham are watching this football and they're like 14th.
Yeah,
15th.
yeah. I mean, they were happy when they lost 4-3 to Chelsea.
And you made the point about the home record. Yeah, those home fans are going. Spurs have the highest
that's what's
ticket
bad.
price in
That's
the
what's
league.
bad.
They go every week to go and support. They've seen 2 home wins in the Premier League.
Yeah. And the clubs who, like Tottenham, don't have a huge amount of clubs that they can like little bro and just treat as their bitch boys. When those clubs start to get points and start to be a bit chirpy and lippy, the West Ham is like, Tottenham should be able to little bro West Ham. Yeah, but when West Ham start saying, well, you know, beat us.
West Ham have a good record at that stadium, though.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's when it gets a bit scary, because like for Tottenham fans, they're not going to win trophies every year. They want a trophy in 2025, but they're not going to win trophies every year. But what they need to be able to do is little bro West Ham and Brighton and Bournemouth, and, you know, go and grab the player from those kind of clubs and say, of course he's going to come to Tottenham because we're a big club, food chain, all that stuff we were hearing.
Well, they were food chaining Aston Villa, isn't it? about Conor Gallagher.
All that stuff we were hearing, it needs to, that will keep a Tottenham manager his job. If you start losing that, and Brentford and these kind of guys are starting to look at Tottenham like, it's not much of a big bro.
Yeah.
Then I think Tottenham fans are like, well, who can I chat to? I'm getting shit already from the top 6. I've been getting that my whole life.
Yeah.
And now I can't even look to a West Ham fan and tell him to shut up because he's beaten me for the last 3 times I've played West Ham.
On my own patch.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing, obviously, like what it always comes back to, Thomas Frank has been shocking, appalling. Like the statement should have been released Saturday 5 o'clock. At the end of full time. So he should be gone. But those Tottenham players, they're really just not good players.
No, I think they're not good players, but I think they're, and I don't think they're doing Thomas Frank in.
Like Odebertel, Solanke, Bergval, Kolomowani. It's just a whole bunch of mid.
It is a whole bunch of mid, but there is a lot of mid in the Premier League that, like, you know, these Jadon Anthony's of Burnley and like these kind of guys, they have 2 or 3 goals. Like, we've got guys in Tottenham that genuinely have 1 goal, 2 goals, that cost 40 mil, that are on maybe 100k wages. And you said it, they're mid. Yeah, but there's a lot of mid in the league. As I said, these Jadon Anthony and guys, these and Jacob Murphy. I love Jacob Murphy. Yeah. But these kind of guys have 3 and 3 at least. And it's not, those aren't great numbers.
But that again, that's no like excuse for Thomas Frank, but also,
like on the play.
Jadon Anthony's 3 and 3. Can one of these players not just like Colomboani's been at PSG and that?
Yeah, exactly.
He was bagging goals for Juve.
That's what I'm saying.
Can one of these players not just step up and?
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't really understand it. I don't really understand it. Like you can look up and down the league and you'll see, obviously Harry Wilson's on a heater and stuff, but I've seen Chukwueze get a brace.
Yeah.
I've seen Chukwueze get a brace in their game this
Diego Gomez
this season.
Yeah.
Like, can someone not, as you say, Odebear and these guys are like
Calvert Lewin.
I think I don't think that these are world beaters or world class players or anything of the sort, but I think that there is some ability in these players that absolutely just doesn't really get seen week in, week out. Yeah, well defended. Mosquera.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I think the Tottenham squad obviously should be better than where they are. I still think that the Tottenham squad, with everybody fit and stuff, obviously, like those are the asterisks, should be in and around the top 6. But man, and it doesn't help that you sign Conor Gallagher for 40 million, he loses in his first game. Like, how much of a difference maker? How much of a difference maker?
Yeah, honestly, look, it's dark for Tottenham, and look, Tottenham fans have every right to be wondering where the club statement is because I still can't believe that's not come out. Okay, tweet of the week. I've gone for Liam Rosenior's manage is actually 2 words, man and age. He's aging men. That was my tweet of the week. It could have been Liam Rosenior's. I've told everyone to wash their hands. I've reminded everyone the virus is spreading. Wash your hands. Those simple things. Like Liam Rosenior, he's doing a lot right now.
My tweet of the week is linked to my MVP. Actually, it's Fulkrug's winner. My tweet of the week is Fulkrug's winner. Yeah. That's
I said it. If Fulkrug's gonna bag goals,
1-0. 1-0 to man.
Well, I think the buy option is like 3.5 million.
That's why he's my MVP. Shout out Fulkrug. Shout out Fulkrug's agent. How they've gotten Fulkrug out of West Ham. Nothing to worry about. No relegation on your CV. Let's go to Milan. Beautiful city. Let's play top level football, top flight football. Forget a blip in your system. You cost 40 mil, but nah.
It's basically just Dortmund to Milan.
Yeah.
His agent's done bits.
Real talk.
For sure. MVPs and rookies.
Carrick and Buemo.
Hang on. MVP, Rob Edwards.
Yeah.
Picked up another point at home to Newcastle. Now's your chance.
Wolves.
Tolu.
In Jan 2026. Yeah. Serious. The turnaround has been super serious. Who knew?
They've won more games than Man City.
Where are Wolves? I know they're still dead last, but like...
They got 8 points now, though.
Yeah. From 2.
You know who they play next?
Man City, innit?
Yeah.
But are they...
At the Etihad.
Oh, is it at the Etihad?
They went to Anfield. They went to the Emirates.
There's no chance. Burnley have 14 points.
Yeah.
And they're second last.
Yeah, Wolves have 8. Oh, publicly, my bad.
No, I will give an MVP
to bro.
No, this is. I thought this was better than it was.
Bro, they had 2 points for like 17 games.
Yeah. The yields, Jan 2026 Wolves, you won't forget. But I need to see what Feb Wolves is saying.
Like we're expecting them to just go on some runs now. You said they were just going to get slapped every week.
I want to give an MVP to Lucas Gemma from Leeds.
Yeah.
Because he's the like bench guy that comes on and sometimes has a bit of an impact in the games. But for me, it just really epitomizes what Leeds are doing right now. Mm-hmm. Like they're actually moving like a Prem team for once.
I had Daniel Farker.
Yeah, they're actually moving like a Prem team for once. I got my starters. I've got DCL, my goal scorer. I've got all this kind of stuff, and then I've got my bench guys that I can trust and rely on to give me a little something. Lucas is another one of those guys.
All it took was him to switch to a 5 at the back.
This isn't the first time I've seen Luke score this season. Yeah. So Tottenham, there's no excuse for all those other guys in the Tottenham team. It's not the first time I've seen this guy score this season.
How many times are we going to say this? Nuno's gone on 1 away at Tottenham, but Daniel Farker's picked up another 3 points. So
Leeds are moving. Yes. Salutations.
No. Martinelli to Jesus.
Oh man.
Another corner. Look, come on, we can finish up here quickly. I've got Albacete MVP.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
big
go on,
result.
man.
Big
And we were
result.
saying Arbeloa, this isn't a Fletcher thing. Yeah. You need to win your games, and he lost.
There's no
Yeah,
excuses for real
exactly.
for Arbeloa.
Rookies, Crystal Palace. Yeah,
Mm.
Glasner's come out with some
Dun.
some bombshells while he was dropping bombs in his interview.
I ain't staying. I already told him.
I feel abandoned. The team out there are giving everything. Yeah, he literally said, yeah, to have your heart ripped out twice a season, once with Eze day before the game, he's gone, and once with Gahey day before the game. Why couldn't Gahey have stayed
No,
one more day
as much
and
as you're
played this
giving
game?
him a rookie,
No, not Glasner.
Oh,
Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace.
I respect the hell out of
because you
that.
should not have sold Gahey. I give them 20 million. What's that really going to do?
Yeah.
Like, if you win the Conference League, which you have a better chance of doing if you keep Gahey, you might get 20 million.
Yeah.
So
and Glasner knows full well this will repeat.
Yeah, Glasner, I'm calm with
because he laid his life on the line for those guys. So for them to still be sold, he's like, yeah, well, this will repeat.
And also in the summer, the reports were that Glasner said, if you sell Gahey, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Those were the reports in the summer. So he's just a man of his word. Then he's just sticking to his word. He told you, and then you've sold Gahey in Jan, and Glasner's thought, okay, well now I'm gonna tell everyone that I can leave.
Other rookie, Unai Emery, Aston Villa. Because I still don't believe that Aston Villa are in a title race, but you have to at least put pressure on the title sort of, challengers or whatever it is. Like, I would have been beside myself if Villa had moved, within 5 points of us. Because I don't think that Villa deserve to be within 5. Deserve is a strong word. They've played well, they win their games, all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
I don't think that Villa are sort of going to be able to hang and hold on to the end of the season. But I would have been like, well, Villa can put some real pressure, and the more they stay in it, the more you can't say that they're out of it. Yeah. But for Villa to then go and lose to Everton at home, I'm like, oh no. Like,
look, the pressure was on Villa.
Yeah.
City lost. Arsenal drew. Now there's a first bit of pressure on you. Are you in this title race?
Yeah, apparently not. Emery's come out and said afterwards, we're not.
You lose your first game at home. Emery's interview afterwards.
I haven't seen it still from start to finish.
He's silent. He was like, we're in a fight for top 5. Yeah. and the interviewer asked him, so does that mean that you think that there are 5 clubs that could finish above you? Silence. Emery doesn't respond. He just stares him down. No response. So yeah, agreed. I'll give him that as well.
I think Liam Rossinho probably deserves an MVP. First Prem win.
Yeah.
Brentford.
I heard they got moved to in that game.
Yeah. Brentford Shadow missed a sitter, bro, in the first couple of minutes, and then they scored. But I don't know. Like, Brentford are a decent team.
Yeah. No, I'm not. We can give him his MVP.
He's done his thing,
and unfortunately, we have to give Brahim Diaz a rookie.
Yeah.
And Sadio Mane, the biggest MVP.
He's Sadio Mane is right in the top 3 of greatest African players ever. Mm-hmm. For me, it's not even a question. He's done it all. He's won it all. His legacy is so solidified, and he's not even one that I need to argue necessarily just on what he's won and the numbers. I just feel like if you've watched his career from Southampton to Liverpool to Bayern to Saudi, like, it's just, it's huge. Yeah.
All right, look, I think that's it from us. So thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We're off to watch Arsenal in the Champions League. And see what happens. And look, we'll be back next week after Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
Comes to the Emirates. A big one. So we'll catch you next week. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.